Well, howdy and welcome. And yeah, it's been a long time no see. And yeah, a very long time indeed. So this is a pre-recorded video, one that I've done just as a one-off. I'm actually recording on Sunday, the 16th of June, which happens to be Father's Day. So, and yeah, I'm a father, and I'm very proud of that fact. And I'm also a son of a father as well, which obviously is an obvious statement. So one thing I want to point out to you tonight is the fact that I am doing this in honor of my dad, Dennis. So, and he was sadly no longer with us. He left this mortal earth in 2006, bless him. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this build in his honor. As he was a big Bedford OB type man. He loved his Bedford OB coaches and buses. He actually owned two of them for quite some time, and one he used as spares, and the other one he used from 1969, late 1969 onwards until about 1974, when he had to sadly sell it. And yeah, we went absolutely all over the place in the coach. It was 1949 Bedford OB from, and it was Connor and Graham of Easington near Hull. So, and he bought it off them and did it up and put it back on the road. And we went to very many vintage vehicle rallies and shows. So, a bit later on in life, I actually bought this one up in the top corner here from a little place called Ingham in North Lincolnshire. So it was actually in a scrapyard called Twills of Ingham. You probably know them if you're into buses or scrap wagons or anything. So there was quite a famous scrapyard, was them in the 50s, 60s and 70s. Yeah, Twill brothers, Twills of Ingham and Cameringham. So I believe this was at Ingham, and it was near the church because they had a little scrapyard there. So I actually saved it. It was very, very, very rough. And the picture, I think they have the picture on here. I'll have the picture on here as the video thumbnail. And this one up here, and there's actually me and my dad on the pictures when we actually got it home, which was in a village where I lived about 3 miles from here. So, and we was going to do it up, but it was very rough indeed. Very lucky to get it back without it falling to bits. So reluctantly I sold it on to someone who hopefully was going to do it up, but I have never seen it since, so I'm presuming it just went for spares. So, and it was one of actually 4 that was built, converted, should I say, converted for the Skegness seafront, for the seafront service at Skegness. So, and you may be able to tell by the little picture up there, or at the main header picture, that it had its side cut out, and it was actually made into what there was called a toast rack or a seafront service bus for use on the seafront of Skegness and adjoining coasts close to Skegness. So there was 4 of them that was converted. There was ONO 88, ONO 89, and then there was a couple that was LTAs, I think there was. Now there is only, I believe, one in existence, and that is the one that belongs now to Lodge Coaches in Essex, and they have got converted sides for it, so they can put sides in when it's a rainy day, and they can put the side screens in, and but on a nice sunny day they take the sides off and make it all into a toast rack style seafront service bus. So yeah, Lodge's coaches have the only existing one. do believe it's the LTA registration one, and I had ONO 89. So ONO 89. It no longer exists, sadly, as far as I'm aware. I can't find it anywhere. I think it was sold on via another preservationist, by another preservationist, and so on. And I think that's how things were in them days. It just got sadly lost in the 1980s, and it's not going to be seen again unless anyone knows different, unless it's tucked away in a shed somewhere, or unless somebody knows exactly where it is. But I don't, unfortunately. So what does ONO 89 look like in real life, or what did it look like? Okay, well, I've got a couple of pictures which I can show you on the iPad, and I can actually show you these pictures of when it was in service. Okay, so let me try and put this under my camera, and we'll see what we can do from there. So I'll just change my camera. Okay, come on, camera. It's difficult one-handed. Sorry about this. But here we go. So webcam. Okay, so ONO 89 actually looked like that. So when it was in service. So, and you can see what I mean by the sides were cut out. There was bars along the sides there, so they could keep the passengers in, if you like, but make it so that it was just a seafront service bus. And it says on the front there, seafront service. So registration, you can see quite clearly, of ONO 89. And as I say, it was only one of 4 that were actually converted for the Skegness seafront, or Skegness, Mablethorpe, and all them seafronts down there on the Skegness coach. So, okay. So what is this all about then, this little recording that I'm doing for you today? Well, just bring you back on. So there we are. So I'll show you in a second. So I'm actually going to convert a Sunstar 124 scale model into a seafront service bus, and I'm doing this in honor of my dad. As I said, it's Father's Day today, and it's something that I've always wanted to do since I've seen the Sunstar models. And I was lucky enough over the last 4 or 5 years to actually pick up a couple of Sunstar models that were scrap. In other words, they had bits broken on them or bits missing, etc., etc. And if you're into models at all, the Sunstar range, you can't get the spares very easily. So unfortunately, some of them are broken up for spares, and that's how I've been able to get a couple of models for next to nothing. So which I do intend in converting one into the seafront service bus aforementioned. So I don't know how long it's going to take me, but this has come around because I very nearly finished this behind me, this lovely open top seafront service. Yeah, again, East Yorkshire bus, which is a Route Master. It's the old Hachette build is this one, and if you remember, I bought this from someone in Scunthorpe, and it was put together more or less by well, it was put together by super glue mostly. It's supposed to be screwed together because it's a part works, but mostly it was super glued together, and I've been working on this. And the only thing that's missing off this now is decals, and so I've got to put the decals on it. You can see I've got this side completely finished, and I've got the other side completely finished, the front and the back finished, the inside finished, and the handrails on and everything. And yeah, I've even got a couple of passengers sat at the front there. So, but it's not completely done. So once it's out the way, I want something else to work on, and so I'll be working on this Sunstar model. So this will be a new series that I'm starting, and it'll be just now and again when I feel like coming to the computer. So One thing's for sure, I won't be doing it on a regular basis, and that's because those of you who know that Christine is very poorly. She still is very poorly, and she is still waiting for a serious operation. I can't tell you more than that, I'm afraid, because obviously it's very highly personal. But what I can tell you is she is very, very grateful for all your best wishes, your prayers and your thoughts, and so am I. So thank you ever so much for that. I really, really do appreciate that. And things this way have not been good for us of late, and she's actually had a couple of weeks in hospital. She was taken in by emergency ambulance, and thankfully she's come home again. And she's now moved up higher on the waiting list. I didn't think you could get higher than an emergency waiting list, but apparently you can. So fingers crossed and all that. She will be in hospital very soon for her operation, but there will be a period of bed rest that's a must after that for quite some time. So my time's going to be taken up, obviously, looking after Christine, as I should. And as I say, I'm very, very grateful and thankful that you all are there in the community for us, sending her best wishes and everything. So thank you for that. Right, let's crack on. Let's have a look at a Sunstar model, shall we? So on the bench here, I have got a Sunstar model, which is actually scrap. So I'll show you this one. Okay, so this might come as a bit of a shock to you, but this is actually a Sunstar Bedford OB type of 1949 vintage or thereabouts. Let's get some tape measure on it to give you an idea. And you can see there it's just over a foot long in length, so just over 30 centimeters in length, or just over 12 inches in length. Okay, and it is high. It is just over 4.5 inches high, and I do believe it is 4 inches wide or thereabouts. No, it's 3 3/4 inches wide. So that gives you an idea how big these models are. And you might have guessed already that this one here is scrap. The front axle's hanging off this one, and I can actually rebuild it. It's not a problem, but it has to come apart to rebuild that front axle. The exhaust is broken, and the exhaust is broken. It's only hanging on by one little bit. Goodness me, the bonnet is partly missing, and there's no headlights on it, and there's several other bits and pieces missing on it, like the glass up here. See, it has glass on the top there. This bit's missing, and similarly the other side's missing as well. And then I think it's got all its glass in this one. Yeah, it's got all its side glass in, but yeah, this door hinges and opens, but the hinges broke, and then the cab top opens there, so you can have a look inside the sunshine roof, as they call it. So this one will be used for spares, and it may be that I might find another one and do this one up, or use it for spares for another one. I'm not sure yet, but sometimes you can pick them up fairly cheaply off the internet, and while they are very cheap, they are just worthwhile having a go at. Code 3, or as I've put in my description, butchery. You can butcher them to whatever you like. So I always fancied making a wartime OWB type one, but not the Sunstar, because the Sunstar chassis, and here's a chassis, is actually all wrong for a OWB style bus, because they didn't have these big fluted back wings on them. So yeah, this is a chassis off one of these, off the identical model, and there's not a lot wrong with this actually. The steering all works, The wheels go around and everything else. Nothing's broken on the underside. There is a side light missing, and I think there's a couple of headlights missing, and there's a couple of bits that's broken here, there, and everywhere, but not too bad. So that was the chassis, of course, which is only plastic. The body, I might as well explain, is die-cast metal. Okay, so what have I been doing then? So as you can gather, I did have another one. So here is the other one, the body, and just try and get this into perspective a bit. And going back to our picture, you can see from my picture here, I've just blown that up a little bit, I think, so hopefully you can see that. Going back to my picture, you can actually see that it's got no fluted side on like this, what they used to call the duple flash along the side there. So it hasn't got one of them on. It's got the beginnings of one just under the front window there. Okay, I don't know whether you can see, just under the front window you can see the beginnings of a duple flash, which is up here somewhere on the other side, but it doesn't obviously carry on throughout the whole body, and that is because they've had to cut the main part of the body out here to incorporate the open sideness of the bus. So I'm just going to see if I can find another picture. There we go. That's ONO 89. Yet again, it says seafront service on the front there. I don't know how clear this is coming out on Tinternet, but yeah, it might be full of finger marks and all the rest of it. But yeah, these are only a couple of photographs that I have. So you can maybe see down the side here that it's got handrails, and to stop people falling out, of course. And then there's the odd handrail coming down. So there's handrails going along the side and handrails going up. And of course the door is missing. Okay. And let me see if I can find another. That is ONO 89 before I actually rescued it. That was it in the scrapyard in Ingham in Lincolnshire. So, and you can see that it was green and cream originally, so you can see bits of green on it here and there, and bits of green on the wings, and then the rest of it was cream. So, and the only other picture I have in colour is actually Sister, which is ONO 88. So this is ONO 88. It's exactly the same, and it was converted exactly the same, and there was known as Sisters, because obviously this is ONO 88 and I had ONO 89, and you can see that it is green and cream. And so I'm going to be doing it in them colour schemes exactly how there was, and I'm going to see if I can get some decals that'll say seafront service, and then I'm going to see if I can get the decals for the roof there coming down of the roof here. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. What have I done so far then? Well, this is let me just show you this is that side of the bus. So, and that's a complete side of the bus, and I've stripped it. Obviously I've taken out the seats, which thankfully come out as a one lump. So all the seats and the driver's cab, the flooring and the sides come out as one lump. So, and this is all plastic, and it all fits back in again on a couple of screws. So that was nice and easy to come out. And what am I going to have to do to these seats? Well, I'm going to have to obviously paint them. At the minute, they look like they're only plastic, but they look like maquette seats. So, and maquette is material. So, and you wouldn't have maquette or material seats in an opened sided bus that was used for the seafront. You would actually have some leather seats. So, and then obviously the leather wouldn't get as sodden if it happened to rain in on them. So I'm going to paint these in a leather colour, like a buff leather colour, and that'll get them out the way then. Sorry about the dinging. I don't know what it is. So, and then the sides here will be cut to the sides of the bus in the shape that you've seen already. So then we'll be cutting that. And there isn't an awful lot more to do about the interior then on this bus, because it's all, as I say, pretty much all together, all as one. So the main part is going to be, and this is die-cast metal. So the main part is going to be this die-cast metal, cutting it and shaping it to what I need for a seafront service bus. Well, I've already done one side. So here we go. So I don't know, clearly you can pick this up or not. My camera's not working very well. Sorry, I'm going to have to delete that. I'm going to have to stop recording if I'm not careful. So I might have to take my phone into the other room. I'm not sure. So we'll see how it goes. So right, what we've got to do then is I've cut this side off, and I've actually flattened off the curvature, the duple curvature of the bus. So this is actually all raised, is this? So I took a grinder to it actually, and one of them like surface grinders, flappy disc type grinders, and that took all the raised bits off the other side. Let me just turn it over the other way. Oh, there we are. So that's got it the same way then, hasn't it? So if I get these side by side, and then you'll be able to see where they go. Okay. So what we've got here then is we've got my modified version up here, and then the original here. So, and if we bring it back to the picture, you'll see that I'm not far off with the shape of it on this one. So I'm actually getting there. It's difficult to see with the two grey backgrounds. I know, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I took my angle grinder to it and just chopped a little bit out, and then got a file to it and filed it out in that sort of rough shape. Now, on the Sunstar models, you get a lot of people complaining about the back window, that the back window is not of the right shape, especially down here on the back window. And so you'll notice that I've actually shaped it a bit more on there, and there's a little bit more finishing off to do. I just quickly primed it up with some grey so I could show you guys tonight. So quickly primed it up with some grey, but there is a little bit more shaping to do here, and it sort of comes round and then comes down. So, and then this goes up a little bit at the top there, the top line that goes up a little bit more, so I've got to grind that a little bit more off. So I found it very easy to work with the die-cast metal, and I can shape it to whatever shape I want. And let me just quickly try and put this back in there. So this is the seats and the sides, and literally they just pop in the base here at the bottom, and they go up into the frame of the body of the bus, and you can see that it's getting that shape already. And you can see also that you've got the interior bit that I've got to cut out as well. So once that goes up there, you can see there's a little bit more to cut out on each one of the sides. So anyway, there you can see that hopefully. And of course that will then give us the shape of here, followed by them squared bits. So, and it will give us the exact look that I'm looking for, especially when this is ground back a bit as well, this top section. So yeah, I've obviously taped off all the front to protect it, both inside and outside, and I didn't want to spoil any of the front while I was working on the sides of the body. The back end of the body will simply be as it is, except it'll have a different registration number, and then it'll just say seafront service across the back there. And yeah, it will have the boot doors, and it will have the window bar in there. So, and it'll have windows in the back, windows in the front, windows in this side little window here, and the same at the other side, but it won't have any side windows in because obviously it's a seafront service. And then I thought, well, I need to put them rails in, so I've got some more brass rod, and I'm not over sure whether this is the right or the correct one or not. It's 1.19 millimeter. It could be too big. I'll open it anyway, it's not a problem. Let's have a quick look. I just picked it up quickly the other day. It was really cheap from my local model shop. Oh yeah, I'm thinking that that's going to work out absolutely fine, because that's going to go around there, and you can see that it'll be bent round there. There'll be a couple of bars going round there like that, and then a couple of stanchions coming from the roof, coming down here, there and everywhere. Okay, so that'll work absolutely fine. That's the right scale that I wanted. So, and as I say, that'll bend down as well in the same manner that the bodywork is. So we'll end up with exact replica or thereabouts, and hopefully before much longer I'll be able to get these shapes right and cut out this bit of plastic inside here, and then I can start working on the interior and start getting the interior painted, start on these bars as well, and then work on the exterior finish, of course. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some of my artistic butchery, if you like, to butcher one of these up into a modded Bedford OB coach, of which there were only 4 ever in existence, of which there is only 1 now in existence, and the one that's in existence now is with Lodge's coaches of I think it's Easter in Essex. So yeah, and LTA I think is the registration number that begins with. So, but that is the only one left. So anyway, that is about it I've got to show you. Look out for another update on this, and I am going to be doing another Bedford OB as well, that will be in the Connor and Graham livery. That's the red and cream livery of Connor and Graham of Easington near Hull, and that will also be in honour of my dad as well. So, and they'll be eventually displayed in my cabinet with all the other buses that are relevant or have been relevant to me and my dad and Christine throughout the years. So, and I'm going to dedicate sort of one cabinet as one showpiece cabinet for all the vehicles that we've either had or we've had something to do with, or we've ridden on, or fairly local ones. So I'm going to dedicate a show cabinet to one of them. So to that. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that, and if you do happen to have any old Sunstar Bedford OB spares knocking around, or you've got one that's a bit scratched, or that you'd like to part with, that's going to be going cheap, let me know. And yeah, I'm always up for adding to the collection, as long as it's not too dear, and you know, trying to do something with them. So as I say, it's a shame that 1 or 2 of these might have to die, but they are going on to help others live. So this one in particular is going to help another one. I've got another one with a side light missing and a bonnet side missing, so this has actually got the spares that I need for that one, so that'll make that one live. And then this one will be very much so very badly spares, but it'll be spares for this one and the other one. So, and any others that I might get in the meantime. So, hope you've enjoyed that, and hope I've given you something to think about and look about, and to tell you that I've not gone away entirely. And yeah, thank you ever so much for still joining my channel and liking my channel, etc. And I will be back to a schedule with Matilda as well. I've got lots of video that I've actually done with Matilda that I haven't uploaded yet. We obviously aren't going out anywhere at the moment with Christine being poorly, but we are thinking about doing certain jobs to Matilda, so while we can. So anyway, I will try and keep you up to date more on that, and anything else that may pop along. I've yet to do an update on the Eddie Stobbart part wax Harshette build. That's come to an end now. We've actually got the issues. We've got all the issues right up to 140. So I'm waiting for Geordie Dave, and I think Geordie Dave's waiting for me. And I think we're going to do a bit of a collaboration with Geordie Dave and myself, putting the Eddie Stobbart's last issues together. So that'll be fun to look forward to. And I've yet to start my Titanic. I might not be starting my Titanic yet until perhaps the new year. So because I've got a lot of other things that I want to use my time on, and a lot of little projects like these. So, well, they're not so little, but you know what I mean. Anyway, if you've recently joined me, thank you very much. And thank you to all those people that comment on my videos too, because I really do look forward to that. Thank you ever so much, and it's really very much appreciated. You want to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever you like, or that's entirely up to you. So it's all nice interaction anyway. So thank you ever so much. So anyway, it's goodbye from me, and I will see you all again very, very soon. So take care now.